Hello children, hope you all are doing well at home. This is Mrs. R. Bagga and I'll be teaching you mathematics for class 9th. Today we are going to start with the first chapter, that is the number system, which comprises of natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, fractions, rational numbers and irrational numbers. The counting numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 up till infinity are called natural numbers. All natural numbers along with 0 are termed under whole numbers. Natural numbers, negatives of natural numbers and 0 are termed under integers. A number a upon b, where a and b are integers, b is not equal to 0 and is not divisible by b, is called a fractional number. This concept you all have studied in earlier classes. Now we come up to rational numbers. A number of the form p upon q, where q is not equal to 0, p and q are integers, p upon q is in the lowest form. Example, 2 upon 3, minus 1 upon 2, 0 upon 1, that is 0, 5 upon 1, etc. Now we discuss about the decimal representation of rational numbers. When we talk about decimal representation, the numbers can be classified as terminating decimals and non-terminating decimals. Terminating decimals, in which when a rational number is divided, the decimal number so obtained, the digit after the decimal terminates after a certain point. For example, 9 upon 2 will give you 4.5, 3 upon 4 will give you 0.75. In this, we observe that after the division, the decimal place has only a single digit, that is 5 in the first case and 0.75 in the second case. Now we come up to non-terminating decimals. In this case, when a rational number is divided, the decimal so obtained does not terminate. Instead, the digits after the decimal keep on occurring. If the digits remain same, we call it non-terminating recurring, and if the digits after the decimal keep on changing, we call it as non-recurring, non-terminating. For example, in the case of recurring, we have 4 upon 3, which when divided gives you 1.3333 and so on. Also, 1 upon 6 when divided gives you 0.1666. Here we observe that 6 is being repeated. In the other case, we have a decimal 0.23614, which is again extending up to infinity, but the digits are not repeating itself. So, the examples for both are given below. Next, we come up to the criteria for rational numbers to be a terminating decimal. How do you find that a particular rational number is a terminating decimal or a non-terminating decimal? If a rational number can be expressed in the form of p upon 2 raised to the power n multiplied by 5 raised to the power n, where p is an integer and n and m are the whole numbers. For example, 3 upon 8, we can write it as 3 upon 2 cube multiplied by 5 raised to the power 0. Since the denominator over here is having 2 and 5 as the multiple, so we say 3 upon 8 is a terminating decimal. In the other example, 8 upon 75, we have 8 upon 3 raised to the power 1 and 5 raised to the power 2. Over here, we do not have 2 and 5 as the factor in the denominator, so 8 upon 75 is a non-terminating decimal. Next, we have a concept of how to express a recurring decimal as a rational number. We discussed earlier that a recurring decimal is a decimal in which the digit after the decimal repeats itself. For example, we have 0.1 1, 2, 3, 3, 3 is a rational number in front of us, and it is a recurring rational number. So if we want to convert this number into a rational number of the form P upon Q, how can we convert so? First of all, write the whole number obtained by writing the digits in order. So we get 1, 2, 3. We will neglect the decimal right now. Next step is whole number made by the non-recurring digits. You can all see that the non-recurring digits are 1 and 2. The number of digits after the decimal point is 3. The number of digits after the decimal point that do not recur is equals to 2. So we have a formula over here that 123 minus 12 upon 10 raised to the power number of digits after the decimal point minus 10 raised to the power number of digits after the decimal points that do not recur. So we obtain 123 minus 12 as 111. 10 cube minus 10 square, you get 1000 minus 100. So we obtain 111 upon 900, which can be simplified further as 37 upon 300. Next, we have the other concept of comparison of rational numbers. As we did the comparison in fractions in the earlier classes, the same way we can compare the rational numbers also. For the comparison, what we have is we have different rational numbers written in front of us: 3 upon 7, minus 2 upon 3, 0 upon 1, minus 7 upon 9, and 2 by 5. Now, among these rational numbers, if I wish to find the largest and the smallest rational number, what we can do is take the LCM of the denominators, that is 7, 3, 9 and 5. So we get it as 315. Now equating the denominators, we can change each rational number. We get the changed numbers as 135 upon 315, minus 210 upon 315, 0 upon 315, minus 245 upon 315, 126 upon 315. Since all the denominators are same, now we can compare the numerators easily. The smallest one we observe is minus 245 upon 315, which corresponds to minus 7 by 9. The largest is 135 upon 315, which corresponds to 3 upon 7. The next concept which we study is how to obtain a rational number between two other rational numbers. Now, there are infinite rational numbers between two rational numbers, but there is a specific formula also which we apply over here. For example, I wish to find three rational numbers between 1 upon 4 and 1 upon 3. To find the first rational number, what we do is add the two values, divide them by 2. That is 1 upon 4 plus 1 upon 3 divided by 2. So we get 7 by 24. So 7 upon 24 lies between 1 by 4 and 1 by 3. Now to find the second and the third one, I have put up the arrows in between. That is, I will be inserting the rational number between 1 by 4 and 7 upon 24. The third one between 7 upon 24 and 1 upon 3. So we again use the same concept, add the two, divide them by 2. 1 upon 4 plus 7 upon 24 divided by 2, we get 13 by 48. Next, 7 upon 24 plus 1 upon 3 divided by 2, which gives us 15 upon 48. So the three rational numbers that lie between 1 by 4 and 1 by 3 are 13 by 48, 7 by 24 and 15 by 48. Next, we have the concept of representation of rational numbers on the number line. How to represent a number line? We all have studied this in the earlier classes. To represent a number line, we draw a straight line, mark a point O on it, we take it as origin, or we take it as a 0. On the right hand side, we mark the positive numbers. On the left hand side, we mark the negative numbers, keeping in mind that the distance between each number should be constant. As above represents 0 and 1, in the above number line, you can see that I have represented 0 by O and 1 by A1. Divide OA1 in 4 equal parts by inserting the points P1, P2, P3 such that OP1 is equals to P1, P2 is equals to P2, P3 is equals to P3A1. The points P1, P2, P3 will represent the rational numbers 1 by 4, 1 by 2, 3 by 4. Similarly, we can represent the negative rational numbers on the left of O. If A is a rational number greater than B on the number line, then the point A will be on the right side of the B always. Children, whatever I explained you right now can be used to solve the following exercise. Hope so that you can solve the exercise, and please see to it that you do it neatly in your registers, as your copies or the registers would be checked once the school reopens. Thank you, children.